Hi, this is Troy Dreyer, the Senior Associate Editor for StreamingMedia.com, coming to you from Streaming Media East in New York City. We're on the red carpet with Peter Scott, the Vice President of Emerging Technology with Turner Sports Digital. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, my pleasure, my pleasure.
So why don't you tell us just a little bit about what you do at Turner Sports Digital? You guys are doing great things in online sports coverage.
Yes. So what I do is we run a couple digital sites for a lot of league partners, NCAA, NBA, NASCAR, PGA Tour, and the PGA. And my group is set up to look at new technologies that are evolving. Sort of we're the scouts of Turner Sports, and we go out and try to figure out those new technologies and bring those technologies back to Turner to figure out ways how we can integrate it into our day-to-day operations. Specifically for video, it's a very, very important component for us, both live and VOD. So we work with third-party vendors to what we think is the best experience when watching content via an IP-connected device. And you know, whether it's analytics, whether it's social, whether it's personalized content for the user, we really stress that it's a different experience than just watching it through the TV. Mm-hmm. So we're blessed to have these wonderful brands. You know, that to be stewards of the NBA is a great honor. And how do we make sure that that brand is getting you know, seen on multiple devices, by multiple bandwidths, and in an experience that they enjoy.
Every conference there's a panel on monetization. Mm-hmm. People are very concerned with making money from their content. Not surprisingly, you were on the panel today.
Yes.
What tips can you offer people on monetizing their content?
The monetization, the cost to basically bring a lot of this content online can be difficult. So I think we have to go back to the cable model where we try to personalize the experience for each individual. And I think if you're able to aggregate that in a way where, you know, certain individuals might be Lakers fans or Duke fans or might be a Jeff Gordon fan, how do you target ads towards that specific user? And I think you'll start to see a higher CPM, which hopefully generates more monetization for you. So we have to work with the cable operator to make sure that we can provide them with digital products that can help their initiatives for TV everywhere, et cetera, for streaming on IP. A monetization point for us there. For sales, working with them to figure out what the bright gold shiny object is that they can basically pass on to a brand, and we can really target whatever the content is for them. And then with the leagues, again, we're blessed to have these great brands. How do we make sure that we're on the cutting edge and we're figuring out ways to monetize that content the best way that we can? And you know, I really sort of in my panel today, I just said folks really have to focus on the audience they have and really use the tools that are out there to basically really direct that content to them. Because I think we're all, I said today, we're all tribes. Whether it's entertainment, sports, or news, you have a tribe. And in sports, it's more relevant because everybody went to college. Usually everybody has a pro franchise. And how do we target and make sure that we're sending a message to those individual tribes that resonates with them, that is relevant to them? And I think that's the best way where all of us can start to look at streaming and starting to monetize. I think the commoditization of technology has made it easier for people to get into production. You know, live streams of the world, the Ustreams of the world have made it very, very easy for folks to sort of get into this business. Now it's really finding that tribe that is willing to spend the money. What kind of demo do you bring and try to sell against it? Mm-hmm.
So targeted advertising is a big factor for you. You guys do subscription model.
We do subscription models. You know, again, we're blessed. NBA League Pass, you guys did a nice complimentary article about that in this past winter, and we were really excited. You know, if you're an NBA fan and you want to see every NBA game, you know, you have that capacity to do that through League Pass. And I think for us, that was, you know, subscription products, you can do those kind of things. You know, I'm a big fan of Major League Baseball. I have a great app as well. NHL right now during the playoffs have a great, you know, have a great app, and the regular season app is fantastic. So I think we're blessed because we have the tribes coming to our door. You know, I have an NBA fan, I have an NCAA fan. You know, I know there are a lot of people today in the room that don't necessarily have those built-in audiences that they can really sort of target to. But I think again, the hardest part about what we do is figuring out how you do it for low cost and really targeting and finding out who those people are that are watching your brand. Because I know there's an advertiser somewhere out there that if you can find the right sales team to coordinate your efforts, you're going to basically make some money off some real niche content.
You mentioned NBA League Pass. Our writer Jan Ozer really got in deep with that.
Yep.
And it looks like, to mix sport metaphors, you really hit a home run with that one. And we learned in that story that it has admirers in high places.
Yes, yeah, Obama, that's right.
Yes.
Obama made reference to it. I think, that is our job. When the president wants to watch a game and he's on the road and wants to watch a particular team, he has the ability to do that on any device. And, that's what we're supposed to do. Figure out ways that we can take, a lot of the times, existing TV infrastructure. The feeds are being produced. We have it going through our routers at Turner down in Atlanta. How can we take those feeds, send them through an encoder, and make it more available to as many people as we can? I think we have a good idea of what the marketplace wants. And I think for us, we've been lucky because the brand's there, that people are going to come. But then you have to take that responsibility to provide them with something that's unique and different. That's not like TV. And I think for us, we've been able to do that, and we're going to keep sort of pushing the edge of the envelope to make sure that whatever experience any user wants, they're going to get it.
That's what really impressed me about the League Pass, reading about it, was that people could practically choose any angle, or you could have multiple games on the screen. I mean, they could just call the shots however they wanted.
Yeah, and again, I think technology has allowed us to do that. Look what YouTube's doing with those multiple channels. You could basically, with technology, really personalize the experience. And League Pass, gives, and even March Madness. We did March Madness in the springtime here, where we were streaming 68 basketball games. And on Thursday, that first Thursday of the tournament, is the largest, the biggest audience that we get, because everybody's in their office sort of sneaking and watching the 16 games on Thursday and the 16 games on Friday. And for us, it's really a responsibility to deliver them the best product that they want. And that was very successful as well. And I think we also, what we talked about today on the panel was mobile, just being sensitive to where people are basically ingesting the content now. How are they consuming it? We see large numbers, whether it's the tablet or the iPhone, depending on what time of the week it is, people are really digesting it through mobile. And I think we have to then again change the way the interfaces are on those smaller screens, make it easier for people to get to the content they want. But mobile was a big thing as well. So if you can sort of produce it once, Ted Turner, we always used to do that at CNN, that if you can produce it once, a package, and air it across multiple distribution points, CNN International, CNN Espanol, same idea as the internet. If we can produce one basketball game once, how do we take that content and distribute it to multiple distribution places? And that's what we're doing right now.
What can content owners do with their video online that they can't do on television?
I think at the end of the day, television to me is sort of a lean back experience, like everybody said, and I think online you can make it interactive and interesting and bring in a lot of components like social. We'll have live chats. We'll have the ability to meta tag the entire stream, so you can watch. You can turn your DVR into a smart DVR, so you can go along the timeline and basically pick certain scenes that you might have missed. There's an opportunity that if there's a touchdown or a great basket and everybody's talking about it through Twitter, you can actually go back and see that. So it becomes a very, very personalized experience for the user. And I think that's what we can do that TV quite can't. And then the addressability of ads. If I know certain people live within a certain region of the country and I know their IP addresses, I can serve them different ads, I can serve them different experiences. Major League Baseball does a great job of providing home and away feeds. So if you want to listen to your favorite broadcaster, Vin Scully with the Dodgers, or whoever, you can watch and listen to Vin Scully call that particular baseball game. And I think that's the kind of stuff that you just can't do right now in television. And I think the other one is the analytics. One day the day will come, right? We don't know when that flip will happen, but where ad dollars and CPMs will be equitable to our friends on TV. And I think if we can continue to show the power of the internet and their ability to target to certain demos and the actual people that are watching, it always sort of interests me that you can throw an ad up on television, but you don't know if the guy walked into the showroom to buy the car. Whereas we know with the internet, you can do a lot of those different things to sort of redeem that ad buy. What dynamic experience inside of our apps is going to drive someone to go into a store and buy that product? And we can measure it. Whereas TV, it's very difficult to measure that.
Are content owners today using the power that they have for online content and creating these experiences, or are they still lagging behind what's possible?
It just depends who you're talking to. If they're guys that have larger budgets, you'll see, very, very sort of pristine video, really interesting, fun experiences, sort of tailoring to that video experience. I think for others, they just want to get a video signal up and they just want to stream. That's all I want to try to do first. And then you'll bring in social, you'll bring in maybe trivia or other predictive gaming elements along with that experience so that you're making your user more engaged in the experience. Where we're all going to see, relatively soon is the ability to create your own sort of digital video experience that gets delivered to your email every day. And if you find the right entertainment company that can provide you with news, sports, weather, entertainment, and you've told them sort of the aspects that you want, or you're a fan of the Knicks, or you like Obama, and you like to listen to music, that you're going to get some curated, wonderful, tailored video just for you. That's one thing we've started here at Streaming Media is, look, you can't identify the content unless it's meta tagged. So that's a really big, important thing of part of Turner is every live event that comes in our building for basketball, for NCAA, golf, NASCAR, we're meta tagging all that content. So we know what it is, and then we can make different relationships through that meta tagging. Those are the kind of things that get me excited, where I can start to, if I have 12 million fans on Facebook, how can I potentially deliver them, each individual, their own personalized video highlight? That's the kind of stuff where I think we'll reach a point where we've used computational power to really drive a really fun and interesting video experience. And I don't think we're far away in doing that. I would just encourage people who are in streaming media to really look at how they meta tag their video, how they make it searchable and easy for users to get to it.
Well, Pete, thanks so much. I appreciate your viewpoints and your thoughts on what we'll see in the future. This is Troy Dreyer coming to you from the red carpet at Streaming Media East.